Hi guys, Alex here from Trademate Sports, following on from a couple of weeks ago where I did a video on the top 5 worst celebrity gamblers of all time. This week I'm going to take you through the top 3 best celebrity gamblers of all time. Yep, you heard me right. Although celebrities are notoriously terrible gamblers, there are a few that have made some decent coin throughout their time. But before I get into my top 3, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel and click the bell so you get a notification every time we post a video like this.
It is a scam when you don't allow everyone to operate on fair terms.
We are the Robin Hoods of sports betting. We take something back from the rich bookies and enable our customers to beat them instead.
Coming in at number 3 is ex-Spider-Man Tobey Maguire. Heard of the movie Molly's Game? Well, if you ask certain people, they might tell you it should have been named Toby's Game. Molly's Game tells the story of Molly Bloom, who organised some of the world's highest stake private poker games for A-list celebrities and billionaires. But Maguire was actually the organiser of these games, which he put together in an effort to win millions from his inexperienced competitors. TV producer Houston Curtis was also a part of the organisation of these games. He wrote in his book that it was his job to dump chips to the Hollywood whales at the table, giving Maguire the opportunity to use his poker skills to win some serious money. These games included the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Dan Bilzerian and Ben Affleck, with Curtis claiming the pair made millions over their years working together. As you can imagine, this did a lot of damage to Maguire's reputation. He was described in the movie as a sinister figure who takes pleasure in destroying the lives of his fellow players. So he might be a much better poker player than your average celebrity, but it sounds like he was a terrible bloke. From Spider-Man to Batman, and coming in at number 2 is one of Hollywood's biggest names who starred in the movies Good Will Hunting and Gone Girl. Yep, I'm talking about Ben Affleck. Over his time, Affleck has had an interesting relationship with gambling, with plenty of his exploits, good and bad, highlighted at various points. But where he has most certainly found some success is at the blackjack table. After teaching himself how to count cards, he made a handy profit of $940,000 over 2 trips to Las Vegas. The first trip was with fellow actor Matt Damon, where he won $140,000, while the second trip was a year later, winning $800,000. But after his success at the blackjack table, Affleck succumbed to a problem that a lot of Trademate Sports users also succumb to, being banned by the house. He said in an interview with Details magazine, "I had always liked blackjack. I don't play any other games of chance. I don't bet on football games and I don't gamble at all really outside of that. But I knew with blackjack that there's a way you can improve your odds. Eventually the casino came up and said, we can't let you play blackjack, but we have other table games like Chinese poker." In 2004 he tried his hand at poker, where he actually won the California State Poker Championships, profiting a nice sum of $356,000. That actually allowed him to qualify for the World Poker Tour final tournament, but he has never won anything big since, even though he has been coached by poker player Annie Duke. As I mentioned before, Affleck was a regular player at Molly's Game. In her book, she described him as a smart player who looked to minimise his losses, and that on most nights he put the other players to shame. Number 1 on our list of best celebrity gamblers of all time is the man who starred in both 2.5 Men and That 70s Show, Ashton Kutcher. Unlike Maguire and Affleck, Kutcher has made his gambling money from sports, specialising in college football. Kutcher prides himself on being a strategic sports bettor, taking a business-minded approach to his betting, using mathematical principles to make decisions. He's aware that there's no sure thing in sports betting and takes a lot of enjoyment out of putting money on games where he's done a thorough breakdown of the data with the use of algorithms. But one of the more interesting side notes to Kutcher's sports betting is that it was rumoured that he was once a bet placer for the famous Billy Walters betting syndicate, who we covered in the video above. As people may know, in his heyday, Billy Walters averaged a profit of about $15 million in sports betting each year. Not a bad man to be a frontman for. Kutcher said in an interview with Esquire magazine, "I actually used to place bets for the largest national sports betting syndicate in America. I basically just placed bets for half a season. We cleared like $750,000 in 4 weeks of college football. It was pretty fun." The thought behind getting Kutcher to place bets for them was the fact that bookmakers would think that he was just a dumb actor placing big sums of money on football games. Not a bad ploy, but as Kutcher said, the bookies eventually caught on. The syndicate were looking for numerical anomalies. It's really complicated. You've got to know a lot about data points such as how this team plays on various surfaces, in different weather, etc. Generally, these types of individuals aren't allowed to gamble because they know how to handicap the house, so they sent me in. But eventually, they caught on. A former Vegas sportsbook manager said they thought Kutcher was a sucker on the hook until he completed that amazing 4-week stretch of profits, then they banned him. Thanks for watching our video on the top 3 best celebrity gamblers of all time. Please make sure that if you like the video, you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.